Hello again. It's Mira B with Unbroken Consulting, Follow Boss approved consultant, and we help real estate agents and teams set up customized and strategic Follow Boss setups. In this video, I'm going to show you the very first thing in Follow Boss, which is Smart Lists. How to use a Smart List, all the features in Smart List, what are the best practices, idea, and then if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me or ask me. And then we'll go from there. So here is my, this is not a real estate account. This is more of like a dummy account that I have. But I wanted to show you a little bit about the Smart List. So first, when you open Follow Boss, you'd find this page where you can see new leads, contact attempts, speed to action, appointments next 30 days. You can see that for yourself or your team if you have any, and you can also change the timing on here. Now you could also see the recent activities when people open the email, etc. Now you can click on view people, that will take you to people, or you can basically hover over here. I'm gonna record another video that will show you like all kind of like the tabs that we have right here, and all the different things, but let's focus on Smart List. So in a Smart List, the Smart List is like your spreadsheet, basically. So a Smart List where you can see all your people. So all your people should be here. Mainly, they should not have any filters. Just make sure this is where it will show you every people. If you have any filters, it will show you exactly the people that apply to that filter, if that makes sense. And then we have two things in the Smart List. So I'm gonna toggle this one. We have two things. We have the collections and we have the Smart Lists. Collections acts like a folder that has multiple different Smart Lists inside of it. So for example, we have here buyer collection. So buyer collection, attempted contact and communication, first showing, like all the stages that the buyer could be in. We have one for farming. We have one for vendors. So it's kind of like a folder that makes it visually more appealing to you, and you don't have to kind of like see the ones that you don't need to see, if that makes sense. So you just like focus, like for example, with our clients, so we would have that first one as UBC daily or like daily priority, something like that. And then they will have like three main Smart Lists that they need to focus on a daily basis and must in caps have to go through it. So this is overall the collection side, and then we have the Smart Lists underneath, like it's right here. If you want to make any changes, you could always click on Manage down here, and then you could add a new collection. So you can, for the sake of this video, I'm gonna make one that says like test, and then I'm gonna say you could put an emoji, which is pretty fun, and then it will show you the available lists that we have. So before you do the collection with that step, you may want to create your Smart List first, which you can create it from right here, which I'm gonna say test video, and then I'm gonna pick up an emoji. And then the good thing about this, if you have a team, is that you can add a description on how they can use those Smart Lists. So I'm gonna click on save now that we have it, and then I'm gonna go all the way up and I'm gonna build, like put here, click here, and then test video collection. And then I'm gonna pick up an emoji, and then I am gonna select that Smart List that I want, and then hit save. So this is how you build your Smart List. Of course, I have my other Smart List built here. You can always like click on here just so you don't have to scroll through like a very long lists, and then you'd have the rest, the other Smart List there. Now, few things that I want to show you here. If you want to delete it, you could click here. You could edit the collection. You could do any edits if you want another list, or you could delete it, completely delete it. Be careful because you may delete the Smart List, so be careful about that. If you want to move this Smart List to another collection, you can move it to another collection. If you want to get this Smart List out of this collection, you would need to do edit collection, and then we have this one right here. So all you need to do is just untoggle it and then save collection. And then in that collection, we wouldn't have any smart lists. So I'm gonna bring it back just so we have something to work out of. You can also delete the smart list and you can duplicate the smart list. So these are a few things to know about the collections. Follow Up Boss shares with you best practices lists that you could use. So you could copy this to your system. So like I did right now, and then we, if you want to give it an emoji, you could, and then we save the list. And then if I go back to custom lists, our lists, I will be able to see it down here. Here it is. Now, another thing that I want you to know is that you could if you have a team, you could share it with your team. So if I click here, I don't have any people on this account, but you would have your list of team members. You could say share it with everyone or share it with a specific people. So this is how you can share it, just to make sure that they can see what you see as well. This is very important if you're onboarding a new team on Follow Up Boss as well. All right, so that's about the collection. Very simple. It's like folders that has the smart list. Smart list is gonna be your life in Follow Up Boss. It's gonna keep you super, super organized. Let's go back to smart lists and dig deep a little bit into it. How are we creating a smart list in the first place? A smart list would act as, if you have a large database or even a small database, it's going to help you differentiate of who they are. Like what I have here, today's leads, new leads not reached, new leads no response, hot leads, warm leads, cold leads, referral leads, open houses for the open houses that you probably do, past clients, referral partners, all these lists, you would be able to see it here. Now, how are we building those lists, Mira? How to make sure that this list would have the exact, actually my past clients? Let's look at that together. I don't know if we have one that is actually set up or it's just a name. I think it's probably just a name. So let's look at past client. It's not working. Let's go to people. And then one thing that I want you to know is that when you click right here, there's something called filters. And filters is going to be your friend moving forward, because you can basically click on, you can filter with a name, you can filter with a phone number, you can filter with email, you can filter with so many things. So details, okay, there's the assigned, who's being assigned to that lead. There's the email, so last email, when did we send it? When did they receive it? Last the action plan email, the email that was sent by the action plan, and I'll tell you about that in another video. And then email sent, last activity, all the calls, all the texts, website activities, when they view a property, when they save a property, like any of that stuff. And then the deals as well. And then the inbox app. And then at the end, we would have custom fields. And I'm going to show you what are custom fields in another video. But basically, let's say we are going to have birthday in a custom field. So you can filter by birthday, like people that have their birthday in 14 days or in 10 days, because you want to send them a gift or you want to send them an email, whatever that looks like. So what do we do in that case? Let's say we want to build a list for past client. So whether you have them as a stage, so stage and tags are going to be your main differentiators of who they are in your system. So stage, where they are in the process. So I have here, and it's pretty customized. We're going to dig deep into the admin side of things, which is right here. And I'm going to show you like how you can set it up, but basically stage tells you where that person is in the process. So like whether they are lead, hot, warm, cold, they set an appointment with you, they are future buyer, they are active clients, they are pending, they are past clients, whatever that is, it's gonna be right here on the stage. Then the tags defines them who they are. So the stage defines where they are in your sales cycle, and then the tags will ideally be able to define them with who they are. Who are the people? Like they are a previous buyer or they are a first-time buyer. So in that case, I want to build a list for past clients. So I'm gonna click on stage, past client, and then I'm gonna create the list, and then I'm gonna say call it past client. And then I'm gonna save it. And this is how you create your smart lists, basically. And then sometimes you could go as complicated as you want to with these lists, or you could go as basic as you want to, just as basic as I showed you, or could be as more advanced. Now, if you are new to Follow Up Boss, one thing that you'd want to be aware of, just so you can start seeing that number, because when you start adding people, you will see numbers right here and right here. It will tell you how many people are in that list. So one thing that you would need to be aware of is that when you're importing your contacts, which I'm going to talk about in another video, is that they have the right stage and they have the right tags. So when you're filtering, you can easily define who they are and put them in smart lists right away. Do not wait until you put them in Follow Up Boss and then go through the whole list, because it's probably a lot. So it's easier to figure it out in a spreadsheet, and then when you're importing it, which I'm gonna show you in another video, just making sure that you're differentiating who they are, in the stage and in the tags. That was it about the smart list. There's also parts here, so let's look at a few tabs. There is the people. So if you have a team, you should be able to see everyone, or just you or your team members, and how many leads that is being assigned to them. We also have columns right here. So the columns basically tells you what columns do we have here. I have here phone, email, price, created, lost activity. If I want to look at grasp some information really quickly about those leads, you can easily do that from here. So maybe you want to see the tags that is being assigned to them. So once I hit the tag, you can see here, I can see warm, VIB, unsubscribed. I can see the tags that is being on those leads. You want to see the stores. You can toggle check the ones that you want to see and uncheck the ones that you don't want to see. Here the agents, the bonds, emails, calls, everything is right here. Also custom fields, which I mentioned, we're gonna talk more about it, but this is how you, however you want it to look like, you can customize that for yourself. And that's the best thing about Follow Up Boss, is that you can easily customize it for yourself and make it work for you. That's all. A few last things that I want to show you here, so it's not a long video. One thing is that here we see a couple of buttons right here. Let's look at them together. If I hover over this one, it says batch email. This is if you have a list and you want to send them the same email. People usually use this for marketing emails, which I'm gonna also record another video on best practices and how you could do it. But basically I could select everyone that I want to send to, and then I could have type an email, a subject line and the email, and just hit send. Or if you have templates in your database, in the email templates, you can select one of these, let's say this one, for example, a quick review, and then you could send it over. We are gonna dig deep into the emails and all these different stuff for the emails in another video, but I just want to focus here on the batch email part. You could have this checked on. What does this mean? Include all email addresses. If I go here, okay, and then if I have another relationship, so let's say my sister, her name is Lola, and then I want to add her as a sister. I want to add her to this profile, so she's connected to the same client. So they are a husband and wife, for example, and then their email and everything. So I'm gonna save the relationship. They are both here on that same profile. Everything, all the communication, everything happens, and all the calls, etc., it all happens in one Follow Up Boss profile or contact profile. Now, if I go back and then I click on include all emails, that means that I'm including that main person and whoever they have a relationship with, if that makes sense. Whether they are their son, their sister, their wife, whatever that looks like, it's gonna send emails to everyone on on those profiles. So you could check this one or uncheck it however you want it to be. You can check it if you want to include them. If you don't want to include them, you could uncheck it, which I'm gonna uncheck it. Then it will give you a preview email so you can see how the email will look like to other people. And the good thing here is that you could go back and edit, you could cancel, you could send it to the 6 people or the people that you have selected, or you can schedule it. So I could schedule it to be sent in the morning. Now, I want to go back and cancel that. So as you see on that pop-up screen, view your scheduled emails. I'm gonna go back and cancel that because I don't wanna send it to them. So that's the main thing here. Calling list. If you want to you just want to call a person after the other, you can select everyone and then click on calling list, and then you will start the system is gonna start calling, and then you could just you're just picking up and talking. That's about it. Then there's something called here mass action. You could select multiple people and say update the stage or update the source or assign it to an agent or a lender or collaborators or remove collaborators or merge people, merge all these people together in one profile, or mailing label or update time frame, whatever you want, you could select from here. And then the other thing that we have is add tags and remove tags. So you could add let's say all these people have a bad number. So I'm going to select them and then it's going to mass apply it to all of them, to all those people. Or you want to remove a certain tag. So you can select all of them and then remove that tag from all of them. You could trash all of them from here, or you could export the whole list from here as well. In this one, it could either export it as all the columns, and that's going to be very, very long spreadsheet. If you want those information, you could absolutely get it, or it could export it, and it's probably I don't know, probably 10 or something. You probably want to test it out and see it, but it gives you not everything, not all the fields and follow-ups, just a few ones that would be important to you. So you can test this out yourself as well and play around with it. That's about it. This is about Smart List, how you can use it. The collections are great because it's gonna save you time, so you don't have to see all these lists and worry about anything. You just have your own collection, and then you keep going through it, and then you would have different lists that you scroll down to check it out if needed, or if you have time and you want to work on old leads and just give them a call and stuff like that. So you could do that as well. What are things that you can build with it? You can pretty much customize it to however you want this to be set up. If you need any help on that side, this is exactly what we do with our clients. We map out everything. We help them streamline the whole process. We tell them about the best practices. So feel free to reach out to us. But other than that, this should be good to get you started. In another video I'll be recording, you will be able to find, which if you're watching this by that time, maybe it's there, I don't know, but you should be able to watch best practices or tips and tricks for Smart Lists specifically. And I'll tell you how we advise our clients to best use a Smart List and how to go about them. That was it. Again, if you have any questions, on my website, www.unbrokenconsulting.com, you should find Ask Mira at the top. So you can just click on it and then a pop-up will come up, and then you can just enter your name, email, and your message. If you have a message for me, or if you have any questions about Follow Boss or Smart List specifically, you could always reach out to me. And we're always here to help. We want you to have a good experience with it. It's one of the best it's one of the best CRMs, not real estate, but best real estate CRMs that I've ever used. And I think it's incredible, and it can easily be customized. So that was it. If you need anything, just let me know. Hope you have a great day.